Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. In my blog post last week, I shared with you how I went from a design I did in EQ8 to creating an SVG file. Now in this tutorial, I'm going to take that same SVG file and bring it into Cricut Design Space and cut out all of the pieces for my 6-inch critter blocks. In Cricut Design Space, select New Project. Then select Upload and select Upload Image. Select Browse and navigate to the location of your SVG files. I have them under my EQ8, a file called Critter PDFs. And I'm going to find the Fish 1 block and select Open. Although everything isn't in the right spot and isn't visible, I'm going to go ahead and accept this. I'm going to change my image name to Fish, and under Tags I'm going to put in Critters and EQ8 and select Save. Now I'll select the image and select Insert Images. Reduce the magnification in the lower left corner so we can see all of the patches. With everything selected, I'm going to select Ungroup in the Layers tab. With the Control or Command key on your keyboard, in the Layers tab, select all of the lines that are quilting or embroidery lines that are not filled patches. And then I'm going to change it from the line type of Cut to the line type of Draw. Now I will add the green patch to it with the Control or Command key and select Attach. Move that to the fish square. Now I'm going to scroll down and find the additional lines I want to draw and repeat the process. Select them with Cut, change the line type to Draw, add the patch, and select Attach. And move this on the fish. Drag a box to select everything and change the size to 6 inches, which is the preferred size of this block. Select the background shape and select Hide Patch. I'm going to select Save, and I'm going to label the project Fish and select Save. Now select Make It, and it's going to sort everything by color. And what I like to do is go through all of the mats and figure out the size of fabric that I need, and I will just jot that down on a cheat sheet so I know what sizes I need to cut of both that and my fusible. So for the white, I'll want a 1-inch square. For the black, which is for the eye, I will do another 1-inch square. For number 3, which is the back of the fish, I will do a 4.5 by 3 1/4. For the yellow, I will do a 2.5 by 2 3/4. For the fins, and notice that it is the style Draw Cut, I will do a little repositioning to see if I can save on fabric. And then I can do a 3 by 2. And then I've got my 3 bubbles. We can see they will all work with 1-inch pieces. Using the cheat sheet as a guide, I'm going to go ahead and cut my fabric and fusible and attach the fusible to the fabric. Scroll back to the first mat and select it, and select Continue. Under Set Material, select Fusible Fabric. I have included it in my favorites, but you can browse all my materials if you need to find it. I'm now being told to load the rotary blade and the mat. So at my machine, I have added the white fabric to the upper left corner. I'm going to load that by clicking the load button. And then I will select the C to start the cut. Now while it's cutting the first one, I'm going to be loading my next fabric on the next mat. And I will unload. My fabric lost its fusible, so I will have to redo this one. I will do that later. I like working with two mats because I can be cutting one and at the same time removing material and adding new material in the second one. Select the C to start the cut. And I can go back to my computer and just keep track of the orders so I know which one I need to do next. I'm going to turn this mat around because I've got a little more stickiness on this side. And load that. While the pink mat is cutting, I will unload the fabric on the blue mat. And you can see how it can do really small pieces. Now for the next mat, this is going to be a draw and cut. And it's telling me to load the pen in clamp A. It says to load a black pen, but I'm actually going to use a washout fabric marker pen. And so I will release. I actually haven't done this before, so you're seeing me just try it. It snaps nicely into position. It clamps closed. And now I will load this mat in. And I will release. If you take a look, you can see the lines for adding the stitching on the fins. If I remove the extra fabric, it's a little bit more visible. The one potential downside of adding this to my pieces is I do need to use an iron to fuse the pieces to the other pieces of fabric, and hopefully I will not permanently adhere the washout marker lines. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process to finish up the remaining pieces offline. I have fused the fish pieces to the background fabric and am ready to do some stitching. Note that we can cut fusible fabric at sizes under 1/4 inch, which makes it fabulous for any of our applique. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on using Cricut Design Space along with my Cricut Maker. For additional tips and techniques, please subscribe to my weekly newsletter at www.onpointquilter.com.